Firefighters continue strengthening containment lines as the pocket fire north of Sedona reaches 53% containment. A man who illegally lived in the Tonto National Forest for years has been sentenced after pleading guilty to federal charges. The Gila County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in locating a missing woman who may be headed toward Payson. And DPS releases statewide enforcement numbers following a busy Independence Day weekend. Good morning, Central Arizona. For Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com, I'm Randy Roberson. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Tonto-TV News, your Central Arizona news source. Well, topping our news again today, firefighters continue making steady progress against the pocket fire burning north of Sedona. The wildfire has now burned 27,440 acres and is 53% contained, with nearly 1,300 personnel assigned to that incident. Wednesday's operations focused on strengthening containment lines in the West Fork drainage while reinforcing existing dozer lines and preparing additional contingency lines along State Route 89A, Seven Canyons, and the Red Rock Power Line Road. Additional helicopters and aviation resources are arriving, including a new helibase being established in Williams to support firefighting efforts. Firefighters continue working directly along the fire's edge while patrolling and securing completed containment lines to ensure they remain intact. Several evacuation areas remain under set status. Portions of State Route 89A continue to be closed, and Stage 2 fire restrictions remain in effect throughout the Tonto National Forest. Forecasters warn isolated afternoon thunderstorms could produce gusty 30-mile-per-hour outflow winds along with lightning, although very little rainfall is expected. In other news, a man who spent years illegally living inside the Tonto National Forest has been sentenced after pleading guilty to federal charges. Mark Aaron Gatz admitted violating fire restrictions and unlawfully using National Forest land as a residence. According to federal court documents, Forest Service officers arrested Gatz June 25th after finding him at an illegal campsite with an active campfire during Stage 2 fire restrictions. Officers also learned he had 6 outstanding warrants related to previous fire restriction and land use violations. Investigators say Gatz told officers he had lived at the Payson Ranger District campsite for approximately 2 years and had spent nearly 8 years living elsewhere within the Payson Pine area of the forest. Previous encounters documented nearly 1,000 pounds of trash surrounding the campsite, while other officers described nearly a half-acre covered with debris. Gatz received credit for time already served, was placed on 3 years probation, and any fines were waived after the court determined he lacked the ability to pay. Well, still ahead, the Gila County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help in locating a missing woman believed to be headed toward Payson. And Arizona DPS releases the results of its statewide 4th of July enforcement campaign. We have these details and much more coming up right after the break.
I'm Garrett Goldman, and this year my wife and I decided to remodel our home. The home was built as a period-specific home modeled after an 1800s farmhouse and had single-pane windows which were very inefficient. When we started the planning process, we interviewed several window companies to retrofit the existing windows in our house, and we chose Lowry's Window and Door as our contractor. The reason we picked Lowry's is their customer service. The owner of the company, Bobby Lowry, came out to our house multiple times to identify a window that would fit within the existing windows, and then also a method that would allow us to keep all of the existing woodwork in the house and not have to redo any of it. Looking at all of the options for windows, we chose Pella double pane windows for our house because of their look and also their ability to be retrofitted into the existing window frames. Since completion of the project, we absolutely love our new dual pane Pella windows. I would recommend Lowry's for anybody looking to retrofit your existing windows or a new build because of their experience, craftsmanship, and exceptional customer service.
Legislative District 7 deserves a representative who understands rural Arizona. Barbie Engel has spent years listening to the people who call it home.
And I've been an advocate on the legislative level for the last 17 years, just as a volunteer civilian, unpaid, saw things that needed to get fixed for myself and for other patients, and I jumped in and figured out how to get that done.
Barbie Engel has worked with lawmakers, helped shape legislation, and believes government should be accountable to the people it serves.
I want to start from a zero line and really look at each of the items that we're putting into the budget and determine if it is appropriate, if it's fraud, waste, and abuse, what's going on, and actually look at every single portion of the budget.
And she's been traveling across all 4 counties of Legislative District 7, listening to the concerns of local residents.
I've been talking to boards of supervisors, town councils, city councils, law enforcement, school boards, and also the people, because I want to be the voice of the people. My things that I'm most excited to accomplish is being able to bring the people's voice forward.
Barbie Engel for Arizona House, Legislative District 7. Learn more at barbieengel.com. Paid for by Barbie Engel for Arizona. Oh, welcome back. In other news, the Gila County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help locating a missing woman who may be traveling toward Payson. 27-year-old Adrienne Lee Beasley was last seen Wednesday in Gilbert. Investigators say she may be headed toward Payson or surrounding communities. Beasley is described as 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing approximately 125 pounds, with hazel eyes and long wavy brown hair. She was last seen wearing a black shirt featuring skeletons giving a thumbs up, blue jeans, and black and white platform Vans shoes. Anyone who has seen Adrienne Lee Beasley or knows where she might be is asked to contact the Gila County Sheriff's Office at 928-402-1872 and reference case number DR 260-700-352. In other news, the Arizona Department of Public Safety troopers stayed busy during the Independence Day holiday weekend. Between July 3rd and July 6th, troopers issued 2,455 speeding citations, cited 160 restraint violations, and arrested 66 impaired drivers across Arizona. Troopers also investigated 260 traffic collisions during the 4-day enforcement period. DPS says the annual holiday campaign is designed to reduce crashes, remove impaired drivers from Arizona highways, and help ensure that everyone arrives home safely. Officials remind motorists that safe driving isn't just for holiday weekends, it's a responsibility every time you get behind the wheel. Well, when we come back, the heat sticks around for another couple days, but there are finally encouraging signs that Arizona's summer monsoon is preparing to return. Your complete Central Arizona forecast and more coming up next. Ponderosa Plumbing is Central Arizona's go-to plumbing team. For decades, homeowners, builders, and businesses have trusted Ponderosa Plumbing AZ for new construction, remodels, repairs, sewer and drain service, high-definition camera inspections, water heater installation, water treatment systems, and expert slab leak repair. When experience matters, when quality matters, when getting it done right the first time matters, Ponderosa Plumbing delivers. Locally owned, highly trusted, serving all of Central Arizona with honesty, craftsmanship, and unmatched know-how. Located at 107 West Wade Lane, Suite number 5 in Payson, call Ponderosa Plumbing AZ today at 928-476-4727. Ponderosa Plumbing AZ. Experience you can trust, quality you can count on.
Working hard under Arizona sky, small town roots and family pride. Fix the roads and keep taxes light, bring new business back to life. If you want growth done right, I'm your guy. Honest working, hometown pride, I'm your guy. For the people every time, Bobby Lowry on your side. Bobby Lowry for town council, strong leadership, real results. The people's Payson starts now.
And now taking a look at your Central Arizona weather forecast. Today's weather remains hot across much of the region as high pressure continues to dominate Arizona. Highs this afternoon will reach 99 in Payson, 103 over in Sedona, 90 up on top of the rim at Heber, and down here in Tonto Basin, a toasty 109 degrees on tap again for today. Tonight will stay warm with lows around 67 in Payson, 69 in Prescott, 63 up in Heber, 79 in Globe, and 81 in Tonto Basin. Well, looking ahead, Friday remains mostly sunny and hot, with temperatures very similar to today. Over the weekend, however, moisture begins working back into Arizona. Saturday brings a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms before storm chances increase significantly Sunday through Tuesday. By early next week, many communities will see daily thunderstorm chances around 40 to 50%, along with noticeably cooler temperatures. By Monday and Tuesday, highs around Payson should settle back into the lower 90s as the summer monsoon finally begins to take hold across much of the state. Until then, continue practicing heat safety, stay well hydrated, and remember that lightning can strike miles away from the rain. And finally, Maricopa County health officials say this year's extreme heat is already taking a deadly toll. The county has confirmed 18 heat-related deaths so far this season, compared with just 5 at this point last year. Another 215 deaths remain under investigation. Officials say the unusually warm spring allowed dangerous heat to arrive earlier than normal, increasing the risk for vulnerable residents throughout the valley. Nearly half of all heat-related deaths each year involve people experiencing homelessness, while many others are older adults or outdoor workers who either cannot afford to run air conditioning or have difficulty reaching cooling centers. As such, the county has expanded its heat relief network to 66 cooling centers throughout Maricopa County, and residents can simply call 211 for information or even arrange a free ride to the nearest cooling center. Health officials also encourage everyone to check on elderly neighbors, family members, and anyone working outdoors because, as they remind us, these deaths are preventable. And that's our report for today. Thank you for making Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com part of your day. We're committed to bringing you clear, reliable coverage of the stories shaping Central Arizona. If you're watching or listening on social media, tell us where you're watching or listening from in the comments, and if you appreciate truly local news, please like, share, and follow our pages. Your support helps us continue building the strongest local news community anywhere in the state. For Tonto-TV.com and KRIMFM.com, I'm Randy Roberson. Make it a great day. Hey, it's Friday Eve.